still stand by thinking that Joe Biden will win, but that there will also be an unprecedented change to the nature of rulership in our presidency. Let me explain. Biden is having eclipses in his first house, 7th house axis. This has happened to every presidential winner going as far back as I've researched. Literally, like Trump in 2016, Clinton, Carter, like it goes fucking back. These eclipses are supercharged indicators. First house of self, it's supercharging identity forward. And this is happening to Senator Harris too. There are other things that affirm this, but this is a big indicator. Along with Senator Harris entering the literal biggest peak period of her entire life, which is not only a peak, but like a very, very impressive one for any human being. Alongside that, the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction is happening on December 21st into 2020. They meet every 20 years, and now it's a 200-year cycle in air signs. Historically coincides with transitions of power in a very dramatic way. Think Caliphate, the Kyoto period, etc. But it's close to revolutionary Pluto. It looks like a literal new reality for the US.
Yeah, I think I was on mute that first few minutes, so good thing to run a test, I guess. Let me get out of here. But I thought that was really interesting. I follow people who hate Trump and people who love Trump, and this was a post by, just because I want to know what the people on the far extremes are thinking, because those are the people who actually end up... Now, if you have passion, you're gonna control things, whether it's far left or far right. But anyways, that was a video, somebody from the far right who's always Trumper. There's never Trumpers and always Trumpers. Since an always Trumper posted that and said, this is more informative information than the polls. So, you know, I honestly, if you're funny, I don't care what your ideology is. If you make me laugh, you make me laugh. So, but anyways, this call tomorrow, this, I guess, live stream, I really want people, I've talked to people who I disagree with, and I was like, we need to save this. Like, we need to hash this out, you know, in real time, and maybe we can help out everybody else, just try to figure out a way to move forward after this. I do not think it's going to be easy, but it's something that we need to try for. But, okay, I'm going to show you another video. And I really hope you can hear the sound, but this is something I also saw. Lady Gaga posted this, and it is... The worst thing about this is that you can tell she probably hadn't had a beer in a very long time, and she hated the taste of it, and she took one sip and then she squeezed it. That was, you could probably make a joke there, but let's play that.
Hey, this is Lady Gaga.
She is clearly, I'm not going to make any accusations, but she is not passionate about this.
I'm voting for America, which means I'm voting for Joe Biden. And if you live in...
So, I just noticed this. What is up with, you know, the camo, and what is this? No judgment. Maybe it's... I don't know anything about fashion. Whatever.
In Minnesota, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Michigan, Florida, or Arizona, I encourage you to vote. And if you have a friend that lives there...
How about we encourage everyone in the country to vote? Not just people in swing states. How about that? You know, I really... Yeah. Tangent.
Tell them to vote. I'm going to be in one of these states tomorrow. Guess which one I'll be in? Hint, I used to live there.
I have no idea where you used to live. She gonna spit it out? Did she swallow it?
Cheers.
Yeah, I guess so.
The 2020 election.
So, what kind of beer was that? I know you're not interested in this, but I kind of am. It's too blurry. I can't tell. So, something I did also see, Andy Ngo, he is someone who basically, he testified in front of Congress about Antifa. And he actually got his head bashed in. And this tweet was a retweet from him from the Log Cabin Republicans. He is the enemy of Antifa because he is gay, he is first generation American, and he, you know, he's somebody, you know, they claim that there's, you know, white supremacists and all this sort of stuff, you know, those are the only people who don't like Antifa, but they hate him just because He's the antithesis of what they say is the problem in the country.
No, they hunted me down and beat me so severely last year that my brain bled. Antifa have existed on the fringes of the far left for decades, but they've now moved into the mainstream with the help of Democrats who foolishly believe they're actually anti-fascists. Liberal politicians across the board have struggled to denounce the organized violence carried out by Antifa.
Antifa is an idea, not an organization.
Oh, you got it.
Not malicious.
Even worse, some of them give them the mainstream legitimacy they need to grow.
That's a myth that's being spread only in Washington, D.C.
About Antifa in Portland?
Yes.
Keith Ellison, the former deputy chairman for the Democrat Party and the current attorney general for the state of Minnesota, proudly shared a selfie holding Mark Bray's Antifa Handbook. Proceeds from that book actually go toward the International Antifa Defense Fund. If that wasn't bad enough, his son, Jeremiah, who serves on the Minneapolis City Council, publicly declared his support for Antifa during the height of the riots that convulsed that city in May. The response from politicians like Kamala Harris and other Democrats was to promote a $35 million bail fund for rioters and those accused of violent crimes. Further, when I spoke at a Senate hearing on Antifa violence this past summer, Hawaii Democrat Senator Nivi Hirono stormed out of the room.
You're welcome to say something negative about Antifa right now. Okay.
Despite what you read and see from biased journalists, President Trump has made repeated, clear denunciation of the far right and their violence.
Yeah, I think this is actually a really good follow. Andy No. It's Mr. Andy NGO. Whenever I really want to know, he can't go on the ground anymore, but people, just because he's a target, that's one of the things in Portland that they spray paint a lot is to, end his life. So, I have a few other things that I want to show you, but, and by the way, we do have our own Twitter channel here. I say we, it's just me, I guess. Anyways, it's at Red River Post on Twitter, and it's a very uncommon name, so it was easy to get access to it. But one thing before I get out of here, I have one thing to show you. So this is a map of the potential outcomes of the election, and I don't think that we're going to know. More than likely, we will not know the outcome. I had to look down and check to make sure I wasn't muted again. We're probably not going to know the outcome of this election for a while unless Biden wins in a landslide. What I mean by that, so you have to have 270 votes, electoral college votes, to become president. And of course, if no one gets 270, there is a potential chance because Nebraska and Maine split their votes, but there's a potential chance that no one gets 270 and it goes to the House of Representatives, and it's not each individual member that gets a vote, it's each state delegation. And if that's the case, the Republicans would be able to choose who's president. I think I said in the Facebook video, it's only happened once before with Martin Van Buren. Fact check that. But you can see here that this scenario, which is actually let me make sure I'm resetted. Yeah, this is the scenario that most people think is going to happen. Biden has 290, right? Well, guess who has 20 votes? Pennsylvania. That's where Trump's been spending a lot of his time. A lot of the union members heard what Biden said at the final debate about fracking, about eventually, I don't want to be banned, about eventually getting rid of fracking. And let's see if we take this away. Just got to click through. And on election night, it won't even let me take it away, will it? There it is. On election night, so that if you get rid of Pennsylvania in this map, Biden comes down to 270. And I have a buddy up in Michigan who is very smart in Detroit. He's pretty sure that Michigan's going to go red. You get a win. If Trump wins Pennsylvania in Michigan, it's over. So, and that's also, though, I would have to say this is also considering that, let's go ahead and just click through this. Trump, Florida, Ohio, Georgia, South Carolina. I don't know about North Carolina. Actually, North Carolina is a Senate race. It has that's where the most money has been spent in a Senate race so far. And let's look here down here, Arizona. There's like an 85-mile line of cars supporting Trump the other day. That kind of seems possible. So that gets Trump to 279 right there. So there's 16 still available. What did I miss? I missed North Carolina. Let's say that Biden does get North Carolina. You know, Trump still has 279. This is going to be a very, very close election. I honestly, I don't know. I'm just an idiot on the internet. I don't think Trump's going to win Wisconsin. But there has been violence there. And honestly, I was talking to one friend today who is apolitical. He does not vote. He thinks both parties are ridiculous. Why is he voting for Trump? Because of the riots. So, I think I will end it there again to go over to our Red River post. YouTube website. It's listed on our other Facebook page. So, anyways, I guess if you want to talk economics, the manufacturing is actually doing really good, not just in the U.S., but even in China right now. I think as long as we do not have a contested election, the market's going to rip just because of all the stimulus that has happened and is likely to happen. So, y'all have a good night. I'm going to end it here. Again, join us tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Call in or join the webcast. Adios.